ドジャース連覇を振り返るトークの中でも、見どころは、炎上司会者、ロブ・パーカーへの痛烈な反論でした。日本時間6日に米ポッドキャスト、ザ・シック・ポッドキャストに投稿された動画では、パーカーの大谷翔平は WS で何もしていないという主張に対し、出演者が無視していいと一蹴、延長18回の死闘での本塁打と打点、9打席すべて出塁、うち4敬遠を含む5四球、さらに OPS1.25 への成績を具体的に挙げ、彼抜きでは勝てないと結論付けました。敬遠戦略をめぐる是非にも触れつつ、議論は大谷翔平の価値を改めて浮き彫りにしています。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
Just how incredible Yoshinobu Yamamoto was. Completely, his two starts were him winning those games. Is what it came down to. And then, despite going super deep into Game 6, he comes into Game 7 and he's up in the bullpen, knowing that they're going to call on him, and he was ready to go. And he pitched great for a guy who had just started the game previously in a Game 7 with his team down much of that, and then eventually having to pitch with a tie and then finishing it out with a lead. It's one of the best performances we have ever seen from a Dodger in a World Series. Simple as that. It's such a well-deserved World Series MVP.
It doesn't matter if you're not a Dodgers fan. You have to appreciate what Yoshinobu Yamamoto did in the series. You know, at the start of the series, I wondered why the Dodgers, it doesn't matter because we won, but why the Dodgers, Dave Roberts, why they went with Blake Snell for Game 1. It's not that Blake Snell, I know he was really good, but there was no need to go by the schedule that you were going by because you kind of quickly beat the Brewers. You were not, you know what I mean? Like you had a couple days. You could have started Yoshinobu Yamamoto and had him for the 3. Now, he was available for 3, but on back-to-back nights. So it's just crazy that I in my head, I was like, I don't know if I like this move. It all worked out. But what he did, honestly, like unreal. The Blue Jays were, I think, the better looking team, especially offensively. The numbers are there for you to go look at. You can see their hits compared to our hits. You could see all of that, but they had no answer for Yamamoto. That was like the one thing they had no answer for. And Yamamoto was like, I don't know if his arm is falling off right now. I don't know if he's replacing it with an arm of steel in the offseason. I don't know. But he couldn't even lift his trophy, all right? His MVP trophy. Couldn't even lift it. That's how much he put into that game. Poor guy.
Just amazing. I think that this was a very tough matchup for Snell specifically. This was a team that is designed to really give Blake Snell trouble. A lot of right-handed power and a lot of guys who worked counts like crazy. And so we kind of saw the typical Blake Snell starts where he throws for 5 innings, 128 pitches, gets like 8 strikeouts, but 6 walks, things like that. For Yamamoto to then come in Game 2, already down 1-0 and get an incredibly crucial win in Toronto, which I just now realized the Dodgers won 3 of 4 in Toronto. That's ridiculous. Like that's so hard to do. The fact that they were able to do it and Yoshi pitched in all 3 of those games. That's wow. Yoshi never pitched at home in the World Series. These are things I'm just now realizing because again, it's been so hard to really comprehend this World Series win because so many times felt like it was over.
Right. Like from Game 1 to Game 7, so much happened. Like, how did we get to Game 7? We got to start in order if you really wanted to. There was so much that happened, so many storylines. That's why when you were like, I've got 16 players, it's like, no, I 100%. There were so many moments where other people did something that kept the season alive, that pushed it further. Like, unreal. That's why it's hard. You're like, oh, yeah, that happened. Oh, yeah. Because it felt like Game 1 to Game 7 were 2 different things.
Yeah.
But it was just all part of it.
Wow. My goodness. Okay, so Yoshinobu Yamamoto finishes out the World Series, wins the World Series MVP. The Dodgers do not win the World Series without him, and we've got him for another 11 years at least. Like,
something like that. Oh, so great, so great.
All right, Motzi, how would you like to toss out a name?
Yes. The Dodgers do not win this World Series if it wasn't for Shohei Otani.
Yes.
What Shohei Otani did in that 18th inning game is something we won't see again either. And like, it's that 18th, winning that 18th inning game ended up being so crucial. And at one point, I literally was like, I don't care who wins. I just want to go home. Someone score a damn run. Yeah. Little did I know that 18th inning game, winning and pushing and, you know, keeping the starters in, which I think was a reason why Toronto came out so good following that 18th inning game. I'm pretty sure Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was the only one who played all 18 innings. They kept slowly taking their starters out and putting others in. The Dodgers pretty much kept everybody in except for like a few people trying to, you know, spice things up. But like what Otani did in that game, it just was unreal. And like, I know people were mad because he was walked how many times? 5?
In the 18 inning game, he was walked 5 times. Yeah.
5,
four
right?
of them intentionally. One was 4 straight balls.
Okay. So the people were so upset about that. And then I saw something on like X or something where they were like, I think it was Rachel Nichols, who I'm a big fan of, covers the NBA. She's like, you know, if Toronto would have walked Otani in every at bat, they would have won the game because he was the sole reason that the Dodgers got runs in. He hit a home run and then he had like the RBI. Like he was the reason the runs came in. And I was like, if they would have walked them all 10 times, 9 times we saw him at the plate, they would, who knows if the Dodgers would have scored. So that particular 18th inning game, Shohei Otani had his hands all over it.
Yes. I 100% agree. The first thing when you mentioned Rachel Nichols, I believe she and a couple of people had tweeted this about like maybe intentional walks shouldn't be allowed.
Yes.
And like, which is that's okay. That you remember when the catcher used to stand with his hand out. That's just what would happen. But anyway, that's
and off to the side.
Yeah. You can't outlaw intentional walks because then you'll just get unintentional intentional walks.
Right.
Anyway, Shohei Otani, his World Series stat line, he batted .333. The 500 on base, and I believe a 727 slugging percentage, 700 something slugging percentage, a 1200 plus OPS. All of those led the team. He had the highest batting average on the team for the World Series. We mentioned Rob Parker last time, and I have to do this again. Okay. When he said,
what? They joke.
When he says that Shohei Otani didn't do anything in the World Series, just ignore him, okay? Just don't listen.
Don't let him argue with the wall. Yeah. I just it's like, listen, I love it. You want to have a hot take? I'm all for it. There's just some hot takes that I'm just like, I don't have time to entertain this one.
It's not even. Yeah, like it's not. He's just straight up wrong. Like it's not even like an opinion. Like he's just wrong about it. So I don't think anybody else. I've not seen anyone else try to claim that Shohei Otani did not do anything in the World Series because everyone else is able to, you know, understand. Like I don't know. Like, listen, I love Rob to death. Okay,
we do love Rob. We do.
He's a great man. This one he just wrong. You can laugh. Don't engage with him. Okay, just smile and laugh and keep scrolling. Okay, I promise you.
Yeah.